this is Mason Haggett from the Casino Co-Official, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite toys growing up in my childhood. This video is going to be a blast, starting off with
Number 10, Connect 4.
Bet you weren't expecting to see Connect 4 on the list, eh? Anyways, Connect 4 is a game for the entire family. And what I mean by entire family, I mean only 2 people. Connect 4 is a very simple game with simple rules and simple rule sets, which is what I like about the game. If you don't know how to play Connect 4, you're either born in outer space or you're a monkey. But just in case you don't know how to play Connect 4, I'm going to show you very quick. So first of all, you move this thing around like this a couple times, and then you get like a 3 in a row, and then you win. Good job, you got 3 in a row. And then after you get 3 in a row, you just throw down the board like that. So yeah, the rules to Connect 4 are pretty simple. But surprisingly, Connect 4 takes a lot of skill to master. You'll always have to pay attention to what the other player is doing. You always have to pay attention to your moves. The game of Connect 4 is about how you can screw with the other player as much as possible. You gotta make them think that you're doing something else, when in reality, you're doing something else on the other side of the board that will get you a 3 in a row. So yeah, it's a tough game, but overall, it's really fun, especially when you're good at it.
Number 9, Mattel's Velociraptor Blue action figure.
Now we're going to be talking about Mattel's 2018 Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Velociraptor Blue action figure. This shouldn't come as a surprise, am I right? If you've seen the other stuff on my YouTube channel, you probably know by now that I'm a Jurassic World toy fan. And it should come as no surprise to anyone that on number 9 of my favorite list of toys that I've owned growing up, a Velociraptor would be on that list. So as you can see, it's a standard action figure. I remember when it first came out, it would go up for around $7. Now you're looking about $200 or something. I don't know, something ridiculous like that. Has good solid leg articulation, good solid arm articulation, jaw articulation's good. It has just a very solid dinosaur toy. And I see every kid could have lots of great fun with this thing. Anyways, moving on to number 8.
Number 8, Hot Wheel / Matchbox cars.
Wow, Hot Wheel cars! I'm just like every other child that existed when I was little. So one day you're just driving along, and then there's a truck tire in the middle of the road. Whoa, that was close. Now let's see what the other guy's brake pads are like. So you're driving along, your kids are yelling in the back, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy! Not now, darn it! And then all of a sudden there's a truck tire in the middle of the road. Oh my god, I can't stop! And then all of a sudden you fall off a cliff, and then your car lights on fire. Oh my god, we're burning alive! And then all of a sudden, here comes the meat wagon, wee, wee, wee. And nurse comes out, and she's like, oh my god, the new guy's puking his guts out in the corner, all because he just wanted to save a couple bucks. If you got that reference, then props to you. But if you are an uneducated simpleton and you did not get where I referenced that recreation from, and that's a recreation of a scene from a movie called Tommy Boy. Anyways, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, Hot Wheel cars and Matchbox cars. So the reason I like Hot Wheel cars is that they are highly detailed, super cheap, and they're just fun to play with in general. You don't even need like any of those big, huge, orange roller coaster sets that you're supposed to drive them on or whatever. You just need a floor Hot Wheel car. You got fun for days. I mean, you could literally go to like any grocery store and just see a wall of them stacked on a wall just for one singular dollar each. Maybe $1.99. I guarantee you there's going to be a Fry's out there where you find a bunch of these for $1. But anyways, these are my favorite Hot Wheel cars growing up. And not all on this table, but not all Hot Wheel cars or Matchbox cars are going to be the same price. Some will be $3, some will be $2. It really depends on the size. Like, for example, this Super Mario Brothers Hot Wheels car right here probably costed a little bit more than the rest of them on the table just because of its sheer size. What else I like about the Hot Wheel cars is you can flip them over and you can see what year they were made in. For example, this one was made in 1997, so a year before that one Godzilla movie came out. My favorite one out of the bunch is this golden one right here. I remember one day me and my dad went to Walmart and there was these like mystery blind bags I'd like to get and stuff. And one day we just looked through all the blind bags and stuff to see which one had the rare mystery golden one. And then I finally found it, I think, with them. And we got it, yeah. So this is one of my favorite ones. And we got the old meat wagon right here, as I called it earlier. This is one of my favorites. It's the last one I got. And it'll probably be the last Hot Wheel car I get. So yeah, that's what I had to say about the Hot Wheel cars. Moving on to number 7, I think it is. Yeah, number 7.
Number 7. Remote control car.
Remote control car. So remote control cars can be lots of fun. You can be entertained for hours with them. There's so many different things you can do, especially when they don't suck. Like, you know the remote control alligators or T-Rexes or some remote control cars even that only have like one button on the controller and then you just click that one button and they walk in a straight line while making some dumb noise? Yeah, those are the ones that suck. But ones that can go in a full 360 motion like this one, or what this one used to be able to. Sorry, my remote control car is a bit rusty due to years of driving on sidewalks and dirt. Yeah, that'll do something to your remote control cars, but I know a lot of people have this remote control car. It's fairly common. You should be able to find it on Amazon for like 25 bucks. I remember my Aunt Lori got me this remote control car right here. But yeah, what's special about this one here, let me explain the controller for you. So this one controls one of the wheels, close one, and then this one controls the other wheel. And if you want it to go this way, you can make it go that way. If you want it to make it go this way, you can make it go that way. And if you want it to just drive in a straight line, there's this trigger up here, and you just push down on it, and it drives in a straight line. And if you want to make it go flying off a cliff, you can very well do that too.
Number 6. Neca's Gipsy Danger.
Now, I know what all of you may be thinking. Mason, why aren't you gonna throw out the big stack of toys again? Well, A, it's expensive. B, it's not robust at all, and I've already broken it multiple times. And C, it's expensive. So moving on. This is Neca's Gipsy Danger. Originally, it went up for 30 bucks. Now I have no idea how much it goes for. It came in one of my aunt's, not Aunt Laura, my Aunt Susie's loot crates that she had, and she didn't want it. I just so happened to be into Pacific Rim at the time, which is the movie this thing is based off of. So she mailed it down to me or whatever, and now I have this absolute beauty. But now, I originally would play with this thing a lot when I was younger, like a lot, like it was a toy or something, and I ended up causing some wear and tear all over this thing. There was originally supposed to be like some shoulder joints right here. Same thing here, and then I lost almost all the hands, or these two are the only hands that I have. I have a fist and a right hand. And I remember one day while playing with this thing, I just caused the knees to implode upon themselves. My dad had to like super glue them together or something and get like some rope and tie it together just so the knees would not implode again. Same thing with this right knee. Left knee. The right knee is a bit loosey-goosey, but the left knee is a lot more robust for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, that's about all the wear and tear I did with this action figure. But yeah, I used to have a lot of fun with this thing when I was little. It was like the gatekeeper of the Godzilla toys and stuff. And it was like this huge knight that I'd go around and stuff. But yeah, this thing was awesome. It came with like a lot of accessories. It came with these like boxes it could crunch with its hands. And this like rocket cannon that would come out of its shoulders. Very cool. So I managed to find some of the accessories it originally came with, excluding the hands. And as you can see, it can hold on to like this crate and stuff that it came with. And you can smash it against other monsters' heads, like a Godzilla toy or another Pacific Rim toy. And then it also has like this jet propulsion thing on the here or whatnot that you can attach. You can take off the arm and then attach it to the ball joint on there. And you can recreate the scene where its arm launches off and smashes a kaiju in the hand. So for example, you can see that there it is on the ball joint, and then to take it off and put it on, it's a nightmare. Trust me, it's going to be hard.
Number 5. Minecraft Mystery Minis.
Man, I sure hope a creeper isn't near me. I remember back in the day, Minecraft used to pump out a lot of these Minecraft Mystery Minis. And I mean, look at this, like, case that I have them on top of right now. You would be able to store them inside of the little holes. Hold on just 1 second. Let me show you. You used to be able to store them in, like, these little compartments right here. So you'd have a place to store them. And you used to be able to play with the Minecraft action figures inside of the containers. Like, isn't that genius? You got a mine shaft and a storage unit all in one. But of course, we're not here to talk about the storage unit. We're here to talk about the action figures. And I mean, the storage unit was kind of my favorite part of the action figures, but the action figures aren't that bad either. For example, we got a golden chicken here. This is probably pretty rare. I don't know, my buddy Reese just gave it to me. Speaking of, subscribe to Geese Reese, if his channel is still called that. He's a good friend of mine, and yeah, he's really funny. And then, got some zombies. And then I remember when Minecraft made a deal with Hot Wheels to pump out all these, like, Minecraft Hot Wheel cars that were like little mine carts, and you could shove the action figures inside of the Minecraft Hot Wheel cars, and you could drive around with them like so. It was just a lot of fun. They pounded a ton of detail into these little Minecraft action figures also. Like, look at this skeleton horse. All the many ridges on it. The head sculpt. Man, this is just a cool action figure. My personal favorite is probably the Steve with a diamond armor and a bow and arrow. I remember I got this in like an Ender Dragon Chaos battle set or whatever. But, I no longer have the Ender Dragon due to me losing it when I was younger. The only flaw I can see with these toys is how ungodly expensive they are. Just for one singular, like, sheep right here. You see this? You see this, guys? You see him? Want to know how much he cost? Yeah, that's right. He cost $4. Well, let me put that in perspective for you. So you remember, like, Blue the Velociraptor from... Oops, almost dropped the phone on the floor again. Remember Blue the Velociraptor from earlier? It cost $7. This costs... Blue the Velociraptor costs $3 more than this tiny little sheep would cost. This is $4. And then to put that into perspective again, remember that minecart I was showing you guys earlier? This Minecraft Hot Wheels minecart? This thing probably only costed $1. $1 for this awesome, highly detailed minecart. Just so Sheepy Moo over here that cost a whopper can drive around in it. That's what I call expensive. But don't get me wrong, I still love these things a lot with how expensive they are, even though how expensive they are. I remember me and my dad used to go to Fry's. They used to sell them in like these little 3-packs. And I'd buy those 3-packs all the time. Man, those are so great. And the only one I don't really like is this one right here, because the creeper is attached to the stone blocks. I mean, I get it. They wanted to get the illusion of the stone blocks and the creeper hiding behind them. Why not just sell the creeper, though? You could sell the creeper doing this pose, not hiding behind the stone block, so the kid could create some rocks and have it hiding behind it. So it's like calling it just call it the creeper peeking over some rocks. Anyways, that's enough of me talking about awesome Minecraft action figures. But
Number 4, Bandai Creations, Godzilla 1954, and Mechagodzilla.
I mean, you'd figure if I'm a Jurassic Park fan, I'd probably be a Godzilla fan too, right? So these two are some really high quality, well-built, solid action figures. Like a kid could play with these without them breaking. Too much, that is. They do have some wear and tear for me, but that's because I got them in like 2015 or 2016. I played with them so much. But as you can see here, Godzilla 1954 has missing a spike right here. It's because the spikes are fragile on this one due to them being made out of hard plastic. Later down the line, they make this figure out of not rubber, just like a more rubbery material, which made the spikes harder to break. But yeah, it has really good, well, not really good, alright articulation. It can move the legs. Pretty sure it can do a full 360 with the head, and it's full 360 with the tail. Arms can move as well. So this is just a really fun, solid Godzilla toy. Sadly, it doesn't come with a breath weapon, but none of the Bandai Creations figures did. Then we got Mechagodzilla. This is if you have a Godzilla figure, you obviously need someone for Godzilla to fight. And I originally got Mechagodzilla. This is such a cool, just solid, well-done action figure. It looks identical to the suit in the original movie. The legs can move in a full 360 motion, unlike Bandai's 1954 Goji. Arms can move in a full 360. The head, of course, just like in the movies, can move in a full 360. Oh yeah, the torso can move in a full 360 motion also, surprisingly. So yeah, these are two very solid Godzilla toys. And yeah, I'd highly recommend buying them. I remember when I first got the Godzilla 1954 toy. I think I was 7. I first heard of Godzilla through popular MMOs. Is Godzilla mod review for Minecraft. Because, of course, I was really into Minecraft at the time. And, I remember him showing off these, like, huge monsters that would destroy stuff. And I'd be like, wow, what are those? Those look cool. So then, therefore, I got into Godzilla, and I got myself this, my Aunt Sally got me this Godzilla 1954 action figure, which is just a really good toy. And then, later down the line, when I was older, I got Mechagodzilla.
Number 3, Kenner 1993 Red Rex.
Man, it's a good day to be alive, am I right, everyone? Arrgh! What can I say that hasn't been said about this marvelous toy? My favorite part of this toy is, man, look at the absolute girth on that tail. Except for the kink, that's because the box was too small originally, and they couldn't just tear the tail off like Mattel nowadays. They could easily make the box bigger though, but the absolute girth on this tail. Nowadays, you can barely find a tail that's actually proportionate with the body of the dinosaur. The tail should be at least as long as the torso and the head combined, if not longer. That's how long a tail should be on the dinosaur toy. Anyways, I digress. I remember I had a lot of fun memories with this thing. My parents, which I don't know how they acquired it, they got it for me as a Christmas present when I think I was 9 when they got it for me. I was 9. And I absolutely freaked out when they got me this thing. This thing is, man, because I was really into like Jurassic Park, ancient collectibles and stuff back then. And this thing was just so cool. Man, this thing's huge, too. Like, whenever I would play with my dinosaurs when I was younger, I'd have, like, the big bad dinosaur walking around, just being like, hey, I'm so mean. And then all of a sudden, this huge T-Rex, this big T-Rex, or you just chomp down his neck, throw it onto the ground, and the battle's over that easy. Man, this thing was great, though. Anyways, that's all I can say. What that hasn't been said before. Moving on to second place.
Number 2, Fisher-Price Castle.
I bet many of you may recognize this as the Fisher-Price Castle. And you'd be correct. Sadly, I'm missing all of the accessories it originally came with. But hey, it was made in like the 90s or something, so can you really blame me? I remember my dad told me he found this thing at a garage sale or something, which, boy, am I glad he did. I've had this castle for, I'd say, the majority of my life. And, I'm really happy with it. Like, it, for any of, like, epic scenery that you need when you're a kid, or, like, coolness in general. Like, you need, like, a huge castle for, like, a final encounter to happen. Fisher-Price's castle has got you. You can open this awesome gate door right here. It can open this jail thing right here. I use this as a jail so much when I was younger. And then you even have the inside of the castle, too. Wow! Here you have, like, a little dungeon here. It's like a lever that I don't know what's used for. And then on top of this awesome beast of a castle, we have like a throne right here for a king to sit on. Then you can throw like something down there into the void and retrieve it from the gate at the bottom of the castle. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons this is my second favorite toy. And just love this thing a lot. It's so just huge and awesome. It's just an awesome castle toy. I mean, what more could you ask? If you need something for your huge Godzilla toy that you have for no reason to destroy, Fisher-Price's castle has got you. You need like an epic final battle scenery so you can have a good final battle with your toys. Fisher-Price Castle. You need like, I don't know, a cool place or a dragon to land on and breathe fire on everyone. Fisher-Price's Castle. So yeah, it's a really, really cool toy. Anyways, moving on to number 1. Can you guess what it's gonna be? I bet you can't. I bet you can't guess what number 1 is going to be. Anyways, moving on to number 1 now. It's me, in case you, couldn't tell. Number 1 is gonna be me. Number 1 is going to be me. By the way, number 1 is me.
Number 1, Mattel Indoraptor.
Alright, did you guess what my number 1 favorite toy is? Because if you did, you get a cookie or something, I don't know. Anyways, my number 1 favorite toy is none other than Mattel's 2018 Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Indoraptors. And I mean, could you really blame me for having these as my favorite toys growing up? I mean, just look at the sheer amount of articulation on these things and the sheer amount of detail that they put on. They're like creepy little aliens too. They're so cool. If you're a fan of stop motion or comic book making and you need like highly articulated models, these are good, especially for younger people who are into that stuff, because they're harder to break unless you're talking about the hands and the end of the tail, which those break off really easily, as you can tell by poor Goldie over here, who's missing his hand and the end of his tail, which has become his signature over the years. And, yeah, these two are just some really solid, well-done toys. And, let me think, 3 memories I have with them. When I was younger, I painted all their teeth with red Sharpie to make it look like blood, which I successfully did, I think. And also, when I was younger, I'd make a lot of comic books with these, called the Goldie the Velociraptor comics. I highly recommend watching Season 1. I put it on YouTube for everyone to watch. Another good memory with these things I remember Goldie used to host like these huge dinosaur battle royales where all these dinosaurs would fight to the death, and he'd be the host of it. So yeah, that wraps it up. That wraps up number 1. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed my review of my top 10 favorite toys growing up. And please make sure to like and subscribe so I can reach 1,000 subscribers before I die of old age. Bye-bye!